you want to kind of introduce yourself really quick here?
So I am FlameHimself. I am a Junkrat player who's found a good amount of success in Overwatch 2, playing the hero,
Okay.
and Overwatch 1 as well.
Perfect. What ranks are you in Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2?
In Overwatch 1, I have peaked top 10 at 4486 SR, and in Overwatch 2, I've peaked rank 1 and finished last season 2 at rank 2.
Okay. And you are a Junkrat specialist. Okay.
Yes, I have over 1,300 hours of him on my main account.
Woo. So we're going to be looking at some of your gameplay initially, kind of talk about the things that you're doing and things that you're thinking about. But I guess before we actually get into that, if you were to talk about or work with a newer mid-rank, even a higher ranked Junkrat, what are a couple of things that you think really all ranked Junkrats, anyone who's even playing Junkrat just on the side, what they need to know, what they need to be considering when they're playing the hero?
Well, first of all, I'd like to ask anyone what they think about Junkrat, what they see Junkrat as, because that's a really important question when it comes to getting into the hero properly. So we'll start with you. What do you think of Junkrat? How do you think someone should approach him?
I think the impression is he's just an aerial denier spam hero, but I have a feeling that that's not the answer that you're looking for exactly.
That is, well, you're correct about that. So I see, Junkrat gets his value from mostly one shots as of right now, considering the game is 5v5 and one shots are super strong. But yes, you are correct and space controlling point.
Okay.
I think it's very important to have good positions as Junkrat, because if you don't, you're kind of on the back foot in the game, and Junkrat can't really afford to play slowly and just allow people to walk on him. He doesn't have he does have big impact damage, but his DPS isn't that high compared to a lot of other heroes, especially if it's like a team or Discord's on him, etc., etc. When it comes to good positioning, I don't know if it's just a me thing, but I like to hold close a lot of the time, on circuit.
Yeah.
I like to tell my team to hold first corner. What a lot of Junkrat players need to learn is to be self-sufficient, because I personally don't like trusting my teammates in ranked. And I think it's really good to know how to do things by yourself.
And if you've watched much mid to low rank Junkrat play, what is one thing, maybe two things that you see that they're doing that, like a misconception, let's say, about the hero that you think needs to be improved upon first?
Well, they don't take a lot of really aggressive angles, and with these angles that they could take, they also don't have a lot of space to actually do rollouts from, which is something I think we'll touch later. I think it's just push the hero to the limits, because in my opinion, optimal Junkrat gameplay is all about mechanics, which is going to sound dumb because Junkrat is no skill hero, no need to aim.
Right.
But, I think that's the biggest thing for now. It's just to take risks and know how to do so with having the mechanics to also take them. So I discussed earlier about holding close. This is where I like to hold. What it allows me to do is, first of all, I have this trap mine that I want to use in case I can get a kill or whatever.
Yep.
And I have corners to use for cover, peek back, like that. I don't really want to die there.
Right.
My objective is obviously I want to get kills, but then realistically they're not gonna get close enough for me to do so. So I'm just gonna look to poke and just do that.
It feels like you're taking a position to spam, but then always threatening that one shot. If anybody tries to come in this room, if anybody forgets about you, right there, I'm going for a one shot. Always.
Yeah, obviously I missed because my mechanics were not on point, but it happens.
Right.
I want to talk about stats real quick. So, okay, I don't know if that's really high standards, but I in my games I aim to get to 20 kills per 10 on Junkrat, which is kind of high, considering the lack of range. I'm not always gonna hit it, but just aiming for that makes it it just drives me to just get better mechanics, just get more kills. It kind of shows how much value you get if you get more kills as Junkrat.
Sure. It's one of the weird heroes where stats don't really matter, but it's almost like forcing yourself to pursue kills over damage sometimes can break some of the bad habits that some players might have.
I don't like spam.
Yeah.
Which is, it's gonna it's always gonna sound weird because everyone thinks Junkrat is a poke hero, but I do not like spamming on him at all. I rarely go for damage.
The way I look for it is he's a close range hero with the opportunity to look for soft off angle one shots.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I don't know if you. Okay. I was gonna say if you agreed. Okay. And it feels like the way you're using trap and concussive mine and so on are like kind of like the zone areas, or to give you scouting, or to allow you to use a flank.
Yeah, kind of like to describe how I use trap as like a torp turret, like as a pet.
Ah, yeah.
I always bring it with me,
This is where the spam happens, because your tank hasn't pushed. Now my tank pushes. I slowly walk forward, try to find a closer angle.
I'm trying to like set a rollout up, or just like have that angle. Yeah.
Right. Any tips for Riptire usage? It feels a little awkward, especially versus something like a hit scan.
It's always going to be an awkward ult because like pretty much everything can one shot it. I like to use it right after I get kills to just like keep the tempo of a fight up, but
sure. So you're like, you're not even necessarily using it as an opener. Just use it often and early, as soon as I can.
I really like to have some setup on it.
Okay.
Instead of being a kill, by example, because like it gets rid of one of the threats for Tire.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay. So you're like, get a kill, get a pick, get some pressure, and then kind of look for it mid fight. Like a lot of Junkrats I know would use it like right now, but it would just get shot down right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Widow's just raining free for us. Unfortunate Tire there, but I can punish someone, I'm sure.
Well, I guess there it's like, you're gonna get the peel and the doom, and he is gonna die for that.
I think I like to describe my gameplay here as kind of like grounded. Like I don't want to, or like disciplined, I think.
Yeah.
Just kind of like not be too greedy. I know it can be one shot by a Widow, so I'm just not gonna peek.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I've been that as Junkrat when it comes to poking.
So you're either blind spamming when it's like a longer sightline when they can't, where they can't see you essentially, or going for one of those assassinations in a short sightline. If a long sightline, just spam, but spam from cover. If short sightline, you're thinking always about assassinations. Nice trap.
Yeah, but like, I'm not gonna lie, people aren't wrong when trap is a bit luck based. You put it somewhere, you hope someone walks into it.
Well, it's like an educated gamble. You're thinking they've got Blade or they've got Genji Doom. They're likely to be coming to this area here, so I can kind of shut down that. Okay.
Or if they're close to me, you play around, and if they overcommit, well, they get caught.
Right.
I can even.
Do you ever put your concussive mine near you as like a mobility cooldown, or is it just it means you lose too much damage?
I mean, I put it there for Tire because like it gives time for it to recharge before when I get out Tire.
Got him. Now, why did you Tire early there? Did you, is it because you knew where a Widow was and you knew she wasn't likely to get an angle on it?
I think it might have been because we were lacking ults and I needed to ult before they ulted.
Got it. Because if you'd waited, you would have died.
It's also last fight, so I kind of need to use Tire there.
Right, makes sense.
And if I don't get the opportunity later, then
makes sense.
I will use it. Yeah.
And with Rat, a kill is a kill, right? Like you just go for any kill that you can get. Okay.
Yeah. Sense. Don't be greedy with Tire. It's always going to cause your downfall. Always.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, I'll set up a mine here, just like to set up a rod with the corner. It's how I like to use perspective on my rods is I like to be above them a lot of the time. So if I can go like close up here with a corner and they don't see me cross the corner on their screen until I'm like higher up than what they can see.
Right.
I think like that's a big.
Well, I remember that with the Sunshine rollout. We didn't even see you coming. And then even if she had, you're right over her head. It's like a Pharah. It's super hard to hit that shot.
Exactly. I like to use I like to see high ground as like kind of a.
Okay, can we go back? That was tight. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you. That was super cool. So, because I'm thinking you're feeding, because your rollout ended you up in the middle of nowhere, but you used one pre-conk to launch you. Your first used conk after that to get the kill. Second conk to disengage. 1, 2, 3 to disengage.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that is quite the I was gonna say. You deserve that one. Yeah, you deserve that one. You earned that one. Okay, that might be tough for folks, but hey, if you're gonna do a rollout, that's what it looks like, right? Because it's not just I used a rollout and I died for it. It's like you went in and you had an escape route as well.
Yeah, the problem with it is that you're out of cooldowns afterwards. But I like to see Junkrat rolls as like either you're all in or all out.
Pause really fast for me. I have a question in regards to that. Do you go for a rollout here because it feels like there's no short flanks that you can take? It's just one big, massive sightline. So you have to kind of take these high risk, high reward plays?
Yes, that and the fact that also we're down one, so I need to look for a play to be able to save time.
So if you have a short sightline, short flank like you did, like first point defense, you don't really need to look for rollouts as much.
No, you don't need to, no.
Okay.
Even if you have short sidelines, you can also look for them just for the surprise effect.
Sure. Okay, makes sense.
I hear the Widow grapple here, so I peek out. I see her. I try to see where she's at. dies.
Nice. And you still have
Then
an escape route. So you gave up your escape route there because you thought I can kill Zen, and you ended up killing Zen.
Yeah.
So it was worth the risk.
Yeah, and especially if you landed the air shot here, like I did.
Oh!
That comes with a lot of practice. A lot of practice.
And this is just all about that short sight line, trying to bypass Sig Shield, look for a back line. Because you're missing most of your grenades, but the ones that hit on the squishies are so impactful. Rather than just sitting there and spam. Because most lower rank Junkrats would have just sat there and spam Sig Shield.
Yeah, but it's just useless pretty much to do it because Junkrat just doesn't have that much of a spam damage. It's just more like burst damage.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Mate, I really appreciate your time. Any last final words for the aspiring Junkrat players out there?
Stay silly.
Stay silly, okay.